Good afternoon, my ladies. I hope you're having an awesome time wherever you are. I am just going to run through really quickly some little things in terms of how I use Canva for my graphics, because a lot of people have been asking about this, and it is really important that you have a little bit of a handle on how to design your graphics so they look good. Now, some people are just not talented in this area. That's okay, guys. If you would rather pay for it, go right ahead. But in the amount of graphic design that you need to do to set up your online course, it's a huge amount, and it ends up costing you through the nose if you've constantly got graphic designers that you're hiring. And to be honest, I have 2 graphic designers that I work with, but I don't get them to do all my stuff. I still like to save money where I can and do some of my own graphic design. So that might change in time, but for now, Canva is a great tool and it really helps me to do so many different things. So I'm just going to open my Chrome browser to Canva so that you can have a look at how I manage this. Let me just share my screen with you guys. Okay, here we go. Right, so I don't know if you guys have ever used Canva before. If not, don't stress. It's super, super easy. Just go to www.canva.com, follow the login process, really simple to log in. And then once you're there, we can go into Canva. We can create all kinds of different designs. Yep. So I just wanted to show you a couple of little tricks and things that I used. Mostly when I'm using Canva, we do it for things like Facebook posts. So actually, I'll just go back so you can see, right? So the first thing you can see here is we can create a design. So I can click on create a design, yeah, and it's going to bring up all these different designs. And so guys, if you're looking for like Facebook ads is one thing that I design, obviously. Then you just scroll down, you just look through, and I believe the Facebook ad is down here somewhere. Yeah, there we go, right down the bottom. Yeah, so you can go and you can choose whichever design you want. Now, if you have something specific that you want to do, like with the dimensions, then if you notice up here up the top, just going back to that page so you can have a look. You can just click on this Use Custom Dimensions tab, and then it will tell you, and so you can just use exactly what pixels you want to design it in, which is super easy. There's another way of doing that, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to flick over back to my Facebook ad, right? And I'm just going to like create some kind of Facebook ad for, yeah, let's do it for like, I like this one. This is cute, huh? So I'm going to do a Facebook ad for flowers, okay? So I'm going to use this. I'm going to turn it into a Facebook ad for some kind of flowers. I want to use a photo, okay? So I'm just going to take the background they've got here, delete it, okay? And I'm going to leave the text because I'm going to update that in a minute, yeah? And then I'm going to go maybe choose this as my background. Let's make this our background. And guys, you can get other backgrounds. I've got a whole video on stock image sites that you can use to create awesome backgrounds. So let's just see if this is going to work or not. Go back to this one. Sometimes these backgrounds can be just a little tricky, guys. Right. Okay, so you can see I've got a beautiful background now with lots of lovely flowers. And now what I'm going to do is update this, and I'm going to call it Interior. And then I just double click and, oh, flowers. Yeah, and of course the color is really bad here. So let's just make it white so that we can actually see it, right? So guys, if you have the paid version of Canva, you can actually set up your own brand. If you have the free version, there's a few less features, but ultimately you can do it however you like. Right, so there we go. I've kind of done it with a background. So I just want to show you guys a few little tips and tricks, okay? These are things I picked up when I worked in the agency. The first thing is we can make something transparent. So say like here you can see that this is really hard to see this text. So there's a couple of different ways we can do this. I'm going to do something that I do a lot. So I'm going to take a background, sorry, take an element, I should say, and I'm going to click on shapes. Yep. And it's always just a square shape that I like to use. So we're going to use a square shape, and we're going to just pull this down. Don't worry about the color for now, guys. I know the color's horrible with this. Yeah, okay. And so there's a few different ways you could do this. So I'm going to change this color. I'm going to make it something a bit more complementary to the color scheme. So let's go for something more like I don't know, purple. Oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it, guys? Crazy. Pink, should we go pink? It's more of a dusty pink I wanted, but anyway, let's go yellow. Okay, that's nicer. Right, okay. And so what I'm going to do is, you see that my text has disappeared. I just need to arrange this to the back. So I go back, and there you go. And now I'm going to make sure it's selected, and I'm going to click on this little transparency button and watch this and see what happens with the color. You can make it more, or you can make it more transparent. Yeah. You see that little trick? Pretty cool, huh? So if I did this now in, say, let's say this color, or if I go brighter color like purple, can you see how that looks? Yeah, makes a big difference. Transparency just like really gives it an edge. I think it makes it look far more sophisticated. So yeah, there's definitely different ways you can do it, but let's just leave it here for now. And I could even, if I wanted to, like say I wanted to do the whole background transparent with a color over it, I could do it like this. Yeah. But yeah, so there's different ways you can do transparency, and transparency is one of my favorite hacks, and it really works quite well. Yeah. Here's another way that I like to do a bit of a transparent theme, or like just kind of make it look pretty. So I'm just going to put transparency just around the text like this, and just do it halfway across the page. Yeah, what do you guys think? Makes it look good again. And a third option is to basically from here, I'm just going to see this little arrow down at the bottom of here. This is a rotational direction arrow. So I'm just going to do it on the side like this and make the text box a little bit bigger. Yeah. And you can see that now, I can move this down. But now I can actually just like put it on the corner like this, put it on the edge. And I think that looks kind of good too. What do you guys think? Yeah. So many different ways that you can use Canva. I really love it. But the shapes is just one way of doing it. Guys, it's all about keeping it simple, seriously. So I'm just going to delete this element box now, the shapes box, right? And now I'm just going to like do the whole thing. Like I want to actually make this particular picture transparent. So I'm just going to click on the transparency, and I'm going to go way light with this. Yeah. But you'll notice that the text has also gone light. So I'm going to actually arrange that. Yeah, it's really hard. So let's actually change the text color. I'm going to make it darker, because obviously the text doesn't look good in this color. Yeah. So let's say we wanted to go a bright pink. Yeah. Okay. So you can also just do transparent background, and you know, if I wanted to make this brighter again, then I could, or I could just do it kind of like a third of the way like this. Yeah. So yeah, they're just some of the tips and tricks that I use. I know there's a lot of features in Canva. I'll be honest, I don't use a huge amount, because the more fussy, the more stuff, usually the worse the graphic design looks. I tend to stick to photos. Occasionally I'll use illustrations. If I just take this background photo off, for example, let's just do a regular background, which is going to be like this color, and you can see it's transparent, so you don't want this one to be transparent. So we're going to like make it like this. Okay. And so now let's just say I want to use like a flowers, but I want to use an illustration. I could use, for example, this one here, right? And There we go. Yeah. Now you can see this one here has a watermark. It says Canva on there. That means that it is a paid one. So when you download it, it's going to ask you to pay a little bit of extra money. And usually they're around $1 US. So they're not expensive, but they can add up if you're doing tons and tons of different graphics. So does that make sense, guys? I hope you like it. Let's just get one of these that is free. Just want to get a free graphic for now. So I've just copied a couple of these. Yeah. Yeah, and so say for example, that's my graphic. Then all I have to do from here is go up, I click on download, right? We're always going to download everything as a PNG file because PNG is what's suitable for online environment. You can save it as a JPEG as well, but mostly PNG and JPEG you're going to use the same. So always a PNG file. If you have an A4 document or something along those lines, or like say a certificate, something that you can print out, then usually we use it as a PDF. Yeah, so all of my training guides or downloadables, things like that, they're always going to be a PDF. But for now, we're going to save this one as PNG. I'm just going to click on download. And then we just save it as whatever to the desktop. And that is it, guys. It is done. Yeah. Yeah, so if I go to my desktop now, I can pretty much download it. I can use it wherever I want. Does that make sense? One last thing that I want to show you. If you have the paid version, there is an awesome feature called Resize. So you don't have this on the free version, but if you click on Resize in the paid version, you can then resize to whatever size you want. So say we don't want the Facebook ad template. We're going to do this as an Instagram post. I'm just going to select Instagram post and I'm going to click abracadabra, resize. And it will resize everything to that size. Look at that, guys. Don't have to do a thing. Yeah, so that is a super awesome option. If you're doing lots of different posts across different mediums and stuff, highly recommend getting the paid version. There's one other feature. So we can also change dimensions too under here. You know, we talked about the dimensions before. So I can, as well as having all of these different ones, we can also just use custom dimensions. There's something else that I talked about before, which was the branding guide. So I'm just going to close out of this, guys, and close out of the Facebook ad, right? Because it will keep both open. And I'm just going to go to down here to your brand, right? Now, I have a bunch of clients that I work with, and so I have a bunch of different color palettes in here. So if you have lots of clients that you're dealing with or lots of different products, different brands under your banner, it's really worthwhile investing in this. Here are some of the businesses that I deal with, and that's their brand colors. Yeah. So it's got all of that in there. Also, these here, these are my fonts. So these are the fonts that I'm supposed to be using with every single thing that I'm doing. So I hope that makes sense. And so I know straight away here, when I create a design, because it's under my fonts, if I'm doing like, let's just do an Instagram post, for example. Yeah. And I'm just going to do plain background. Today, I'm just going to choose this color background and I'm just going to put some plain text on it. Right, straight away, these are my brand fonts here, guys. So I just go and I literally select it. Yeah. I have more than a couple of brand fonts. So if I just click where the text is here, you can see these are my brand fonts and these are my uploaded fonts. So I could actually change it to my preferred text and then we know for sure that that is actually my brand font. Alignment, really easy to get alignment. So can you see that purple line there? So if you're on the purple line, you know, right in the middle. Yeah, and that's right in the middle there. So very, very easy to set up. I love Canva. Canva loves me. It saved my life so many times and it's super easy to use. If you guys haven't used it before, please do jump in and start just playing around with it. It is absolutely awesome. But my biggest piece of advice would be keep it simple. If you feel like there's too much clutter, there's definitely too much clutter. Take everything away that you can until it looks simple and it looks clean, because that's what clients will be attracted to click on. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great afternoon.